Hello, technical writing students. Another assignment that you're going to have this week is on the internet research of interviewer-interviewee questions. For this assignment, you don't even actually answer the interview questions that you find. That seems odd, doesn't it? But really what we're doing is having you look up questions that might be asked in an interview situation so that you're familiar with what kinds of questions are normally or very often asked in interviews. So here's your assignment. It's on MyMTI. It's a document downloaded for you. It's a one-page document, and it tells you exactly what you need to do. It says at the bottom of the page there are 15 categories of interview questions. And most of the interview questions that you'll get probably fit into one or more of these categories. So even knowing the types of questions that are going to be asked for you in an interview is going to help you to prepare for interviews that you have. What you need to do is you're going to use the internet and you're going to locate a total of 50 interview questions. Again, all you have to do is type up the questions. You do not need to answer them, okay? The easiest way to do this is to start by Googling job interview questions. As you find lists of questions, you're going to put the questions that you find into one of the 15 categories. At the bottom of the page, you see these 15 categories, A through O. Here they are right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try and have about the same number of questions under each category. I say, though, if you cannot find questions for one or two of the categories, that's okay, as long as you have a total of 50 questions in the list. I don't want you to ignore, 5 or 6 different categories of questions, but if you can't find some for B and for C or, for one or two of the categories, that's okay. Again, the total that you have to have is 50 questions total. Please use each question only once, and don't use the examples listed below. And again, I tell you that you don't have to answer the questions. The following format is what you're going to use. So you're going to type these up. So if I were to have a document where I typed these up, I'd have my name, I'd put the class down, and then I'd type out the 15 different categories. Categories 1 would be questions, interview questions about yourself. Category 2 or B, questions concerning your views on conflict. C, questions concerning your strengths and weaknesses. D, questions about your personal goals, those things. And then you just find questions and you place them in there. Maybe this one would be, tell me a little bit about yourself. That's a great question that they usually start off with in interviews. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And that would fit easily into this category. Maybe they would say, what do you think is your greatest strength? That's a question they usually ask. And that question would go into this category, questions concerning your strengths and weaknesses. And that's what you're going to do. If you can think of some off the top of your head, you can type them in there. Otherwise, you may have to go to the internet to search for them. Another big part of this assignment is that you're going to have to document where you found the questions. So if you go out to 7 different websites to find the questions, you're going to have a works cited page that lists all 7 places where you found that information. So you're going to have a works cited list at the bottom of your list of questions to show where you found them. For a works cited, you'll need the title of the website, sponsor of the website. If you can't find a sponsor, usually it's at the bottom of the page listed next to the copyright date. You'll put NP for no sponsor. The date that it was updated, or the copyright date, that again is usually listed at the bottom of the web page. The medium, which in this case is web, the date you access the actual website, and then the URL. So here's an example of what it would look like. Jobinterviewquestions.org, NP for no publisher, 2011 is the copyright, web is the medium, the date you accessed it, and then the URL. So if we were to go out to the internet and type in, let's see where I typed it in. Very good here. Job interview questions. You might go to this one called jobinterviewquestions.org. And when you look down here at the bottom, it's going to give you some help. It says, well, here you can look for interview questions. If we click on that, it's going to give you different types of questions. And this one's called behavioral interview questions. If you look back on your listing of the kinds of questions that you need, this one talks about behavior-based questions. And there are some other ones that give you specific categories as well. Illegal interview questions. If you go back and look at the document, there's one that asks about illegal questions. So a lot of these will be answered right for you. Right here you'll find a lot of great questions that fit into each of the categories right here. When you pick them or open them up, it's just going to list many different kinds of questions. Open-ended questions, closed-ended questions, leading questions, and it'll give you many different types. This may not be the only website you go to, but it'll be a good place to start. So if you have questions on this assignment, again, everything should be right here in this document for you to show you what you need to do. But if you do have any questions, please email me. I hope you have a great week. Thank you.